Good evening. Welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're here for the Monday Shut Up and Race Street Stock Series. You know, it's looking a little bit different out there tonight, but don't worry, this is them. They decided to mix things up just a little bit. Instead of heading to one of our asphalt tracks, hitting, those getting these cars out here, they're taking them to the dirt track this time. This is a special one-off race for these guys, so no points here tonight. These guys just out here running to have a good time, enjoying racing side by side with each other. So definitely a big change. Not really sure what we're expecting to see from the guys here tonight, other than a lot of excitement as we see a couple guys going around there in the corner. This style of racing, not something these guys are used to, so definitely going to be quite a bit of learning going on here tonight. Watching a few guys out on track currently, just putting in times, getting a feel for the track. Great thing here with iRacing, this track will develop through the night, so right now you can see that high line has been pretty well burnt up. It's just going to be a matter of what goes on in between our practice session here and the first heats. That's right, heat racing. We're looking at 8-lap heats. With the number of cars, we're looking at about 11 cars, so expect to see 2, possibly 3 heats. But like I was saying, depending on what happens between the heats and the practice, that slick portion up there could stay, or we could see it kind of some track maintenance go on and clean that up for us. So we are here at Kokomo. Real different from a lot of tracks these guys run. This will be a high line track for the most part. You see them right now right up there along the wall. Real interesting. It's pretty flat until you hit that outer line, and then you get a nice bank that helps the car get around the corner. Helps you slide your car exactly the way you're wanting to. As long as you're hitting that line right, the car will just happily keep going around that corner. Mess it up a little bit and you're finding yourself into the outside wall, definitely not where you want to be. Or alternately, you end up hooking up at a weird spot and it shoots you down to the inside line, and you're just hoping that nobody's down there. As you see that 196 car kind of doing that, stalled out through the corner and got traction, which sent the car down into the bottom of the corner. So seeing these guys out here on track trying to get a handle on these cars, like we said, these guys normally on asphalt. This is just a special event that they're doing. So it'll be real interesting to see how the racing goes through the night. Everyone is expected to make it through to the main. The main tonight's gonna be a 50-lapper, so some good distance for be interesting to watch the track develop throughout that main. Looking at some pretty good times here in practice. Everywhere from about a 14.5 to about a 15.9, so not a huge spread between the guys. Just enough that there should be some tight racing. Should be a couple some races throughout the field as everyone's staying stacked up pretty well there on the scoreboard. We're going to step away for just a moment, get that national anthem played for you, and then we'll be right back with heat racing here.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air gave proof
Back here at Kokomo for the Shut Up and Race Street Stock Series presented by Elkhorn Automotive. Real excited to see these guys get rolling here tonight. Looks like our first heat is starting to form up. Gonna have, let's see if we can get a look at him. There we go. That's the 99, Daryl Calder. Vern Woodard starting third, Dustin Shepard fourth, David Knowles starting fifth, and Thomas Frisch starting sixth. That 108 Wayne Brown should be here in the field. We aren't seeing him currently, so those will be the guys we're looking at right now. Looking like our front row is going to be Vern Woodard, Daryl Calder. Vern in control of the field as we get ready to go to our first green flag here tonight on the dirt. There we go. Hear him fire that machine off to his outside, the 99 of Daryl Calder. Daryl running way up, out, touching that wall just a little bit. That's going to stack him up. Going to collect the 69 Dustin Shepard back there with him. Dustin making things happen, coming on through. Going three wide there for a moment. Looks like the 92, David Knowles, coming up the inside now. Knowles looking low on the track there, trying to find some traction, get that machine going. He's getting a pretty good run, but not able to hook up quite right to get out of the corner and actually come up the track where he's going to want to pull that spot from Vern Woodard. Vern able to run a pretty good line up there. See most everybody up there except for Knowles. Knowles now going to be able to clear. All right, got a pretty good battle going back here between the 69 and the 54. Frisch on the inside. That's the 69. Dustin Shepard to the outside. We saw him earlier when guys were getting up into that outside wall, not waiting, just making a hole and going. Now you see him working that outside line. Oh, a little bit of contact there between the 73 Vern Woodard and the 54 Thomas Frisch. Frisch getting sent around. 4 laps left here to go. So with these heat races, there won't be any caution. These guys are just going to have to run as hard as they possibly can for the 8 laps that we're seeing here tonight. Knowles seems to have it figured out, running that outside line. It's working well for him. Just behind him, that's the 69, Dustin Shepard. Dustin starts to the back of this field and now finds himself fighting for that second position. Knowles having a little bit of a rough go. That corner gets into that outside wall. Gets it gathered back up, and he is moving again. Shepard not able to capitalize on that. He's going to stay back there in that second position. Seeing these two putting on a great show for us up here towards the front. Oh, a little bit of a checkup. The 92 gets a good bump from Shepard behind him. Here we go, final lap. These guys will be coming around, seeing who's going to be taking that checkered flag. The first one here of the night. Looks like 92 David Knowles going to be finishing first here in our first heat. Dustin Shepard in second, with Vern Woodard finishing third. Daryl Calder finishing fourth. Thomas Frisch credited with fifth. A lot of great action out of that first heat. Hoping to see more here in our second heat. Looking like we're going to have Brad Klesniski, as well as Patrick Smith, Jacob Nottestead. That's a name we haven't seen for a while, so fun to see him out here on the dirt. Justin Penwell in fourth, and Brad Tesbecker starting fifth for us tonight. There we go. They'll be able to start rolling off now. That's the 196 on the inside. We'll have control of the field here once that pace car drops off the track. Well, we say pace car. It's a pace truck here tonight. Out here on the dirt track. Can't get that Mustang around, so they go ahead and pull off the track. Couple laps around. Give these guys an opportunity to get a little bit of a feel for the track. You aren't really able to get the car up to speed, but maybe a couple little stabs at the gas, get a feel for how it's going to hook up on that start. Pace truck drops off early on that backstretch, so I'm going to give Brandon plenty of time to decide what he's going to do here on the start this time. There we go. Hear him fire off this time. The 79 getting out to a quick lead there. See him looking 3 wide. The 97, Jacob Nottestead looking to the inside, goes ahead and clears a couple cars that time by. Nottestead working that inside line. Quickly finds himself up towards the front of this pack. Watched him move his way through that bottom line, really working for him. We've seen a couple guys try that, but not really able to do anything with it. He is just staying down there. We see him. He's clear now of the 79 of Patrick Smith, but continues to run that low line. Must feel like he's getting a little bit better grip down there than those guys up towards the top. So we see him getting a little bit too sideways, scrubbing too much speed off that time. That's the 60 of Justin Penwell. Justin working that outside line. Oh, high on the wall. Able to keep that machine going. Just behind him, Brad Tazbecker in the 27 machine. Working the rear bumper there. Trying to get something working for him. So we're seeing basically 3 different lines out of these guys. That line way down on the bottom, as well as a line up towards the middle. And then right up against the wall. Manuel continues to favor that outside line. We're watching the 79 Patrick Smith. Don't know if he's... Oh, contact there. Sends him around. He's going to be able to get that machine rolling. We still got 3 laps to go here. Brad getting the big benefit out of those two making contact. Going to go ahead and pick up both those spots. So there we see him out onto that outside wall. All but dragging that rear fender. Nottestead already catching up with the tail end of the field. That's the 79 Patrick Smith. About to go a lap down here. We got 2 laps or 1 lap to go now. So Nottestead working his way through the field pretty well here. Just a little bit of lap traffic to deal with here in our second heat. Oh, big contact between the 196 Brad and Kliniski and the 97 Becker. Or sorry, 97 Nottestead. Brad Tazbecker going to come home in second place. Jacob Nottestead finishing out first. Justin Penwell finishing third, with Patrick Smith fourth and Brandon Kliniski in fifth. All right, these guys can have just a few minutes to get those machines warmed up in between our heats here. Let's see if we can get a hold of one of our drivers. See if we can get a hold of Brad Tazbecker. Brad, you got a copy?
10-4, Danny.
Brad, how's it going out there tonight?
Well, the track's definitely a lot looser than it was Thursday night, but from the way everything looks, I think we'll have a pretty racy track with the guys out here.
Well, this was kind of your idea, so how'd you decide, hey, we normally do asphalt, let's go ahead and throw it out on the dirt, and how'd you end up on this track?
Well, the track was kind of just a random pick out of all of them. We're looking for something with multiple grooves, and I think we found that, but I normally run on dirt myself, so it was kind of like something to take me to my home place, and I just figured it would be something that maybe we'd see a guy that normally isn't up front have a shot at winning one of these things.
Well, you guys have already provided some good excitement. We've seen, like you said, a couple different lines. Some guys are running right up against that wall. A couple guys running right against the bottom tires there. Seeing you out by the wall, any chance you're going to move down low, or is that outside wall just where you're most comfortable?
I mean, the high side right up there on the cushion and the wall, that's kind of the fastest way around on dirt. But if you get somebody holding you up, throw her down about mid-track, give her a good slide job, and pray you clear and drive away.
Well, you're saying it's a lot slicker. Anything you're going to have to change up as far as your driving to get it to hang on, or are you expecting it just to kind of get more and more loose as the night goes?
It's going to slicken up more and more the more rubber we put down, but hopefully things will start to fall into my favor. I ran pretty quick Thursday night when we practiced out here as the race went on, but David, I think, is going to be one of the harder ones to beat, and Thomas has been looking really good today in practice.
Well, it's been really fun watching you guys out here running this dirt track we got here. Anyone you want to say thank you to, give a shout out to, and then we'll send you back down.
Elkhorn Automotive, the vape spot, Turn 3 for always doing awesome broadcasting, and all the guys here at Shut Up and Race for giving us a great league to run in.
Hey, well, good luck out there tonight. It's going to get a little more exciting as we see more cars out on track for this main 50 laps, and it'll be a good time.
I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully we can talk to you here at the end of the night in the top 3, buddy.
Hey, we're looking forward to it. You have a good night.
You too, Danny.
So that's the 27 machine, Brad Taz Becker, saying he likes that upper line, likes running right along that cushion as long as he can. Seen a couple of these guys up there trying to make it happen. It's a real fine line you're walking between, a good time, staying out of the wall, and not having such a good time and getting down into the car below you. So we got just a little bit of time left here in practice. Then we'll be getting rolling here. Hopefully we'll be able to get a good look at our starting grid here in just a moment. Be able to give you guys an idea of the action you're gonna see here tonight. Expect to see that 97 machine up towards the front. It doesn't seem to matter where we go. He seems to find a way to get a little more out of the car than everybody else. And it looks like tonight's gonna be more of the same. We're gonna step away for just a minute and we'll be back with more action.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got him 4 abreast, often imitated, never duplicated, the greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Back here with the Elkhorn Automotive and Tire Shut Up and Race Street Stock Series tonight. A big one-off. These guys headed to the dirt track, doing a few laps out here, having a good time. This is a non-points race, but I don't think that matters to these guys. Everybody's still going to want to be finishing up towards the front of the field. All right, as these guys start to grid up, looks like they've done a little bit of track work. It's not quite as slicked off as it was when we were going, but don't expect to see it stay that way too long. As heavy as these cars are, it's not real surprising to see that track wear out quick. All right, let's see if we can get a look at our starting grid here tonight. That's the 92, David Knowles, starting inside on row 1. Outside him is the 97, Jacob Nottestead. Row 2 is going to be Dustin Shepard with Brad Taz Becker. Row 3, Vern Woodard and Justin Penuel. Row 4, Daryl Calder and Patrick Smith. Thomas Frisch and Brandon Klesniski rounding out row 5. Looks like Wayne Bowen, we have yet to see him take the track, so looking like we aren't going to have a 6th row here tonight, but plenty of cars out there on track to give us a great show. All right, be looking for that pace car to drop off the track this time by. David E. Knowles in control of the field. Fires up nice and clean there. Good start. A little bit of contact between the 2769 and Brad Taz Becker, sent into that outside wall just a little bit. Jacob Nottestead in that 97 machine making that outside line work. Plenty of grip up there for him to work with, so he's going to go ahead and take that first position and start running with it. Just behind him, Brad Taz Becker in the 27 machine found his way up into the second place spot after starting 4th. So great moves from him. We're looking back just a little bit. That's the 60 of Justin Penuel. To his inside, the 92 of David Knowles. David trying to make that inside line work. Not quite able to do it this time. It looks like for the most part, guys have single filed out as we're looking around the track. Looks like only one car running down to that inside. That's going to be the 73 of Vern Woodard. Vern running low through the corners there. The 79, Patrick Smith, also running just a little bit off the top as he's trying to work on the 54, Thomas Frisch, in front of him. Frisch continues to hang on to that position as he starts working on Knowles there in front of him. A little bit of contact between those two, but as tight as they were on the wall, no one gets sent around. Seeing these guys push these machines right to the edge, and when you're on that wall, any little slip up, it can be a bad thing real quick, as we see that 79 machine sliding up the track right there in front of the 73 Vern Woodard. Vern able to avoid that and actually pick up a spot this time. Looks like Patrick Smith going to drop back just a little bit more with a little mistake out of that corner. Once again, getting a good look at everyone out here. For the most part, we're back to that single file action we saw in the heat races for a little bit. Everybody's getting a good feel for the track, trying to get things going here. Looking through the field, couple of guys starting to think about moving a little bit, trying to make something happen. That's the 73 Vern Woodard. He's looked to the inside just a couple times there on Thomas Frisch, as we see Frisch get into that outside wall. Tail end of the field there, that 196 getting a little bit loose coming through the corner. Frisch in that 92 machine gets her set around the corner, making it look easy coming through there that time. Frisch into the outside wall just in front of him. Knowles. Frisch getting to the outside wall brings the 73 Vern Woodard into the picture. Vern able to make up a little bit of distance. Not quite able to capitalize on it with the track being the way it is. That top line is definitely dominant right now. Becker up here in that second position, turning in some good lap times. He's just a few tenths off our leader, Jacob Nottestead. Nottestead looking like he's running in the 15.4 range, with Becker running in the 15.7, 15.6 range. So just a little bit of time between the two. Becker's gonna be working on that, though. I'm sure he's trying to figure everything out of that car he can. Nottestead up here right now, working that high line. Let's jump on board for a minute, take a look on the inside of that 97 machine, see what he's working with. Take a look on the inside there. You're seeing all the work he's putting into that 97 machine. It looks nice and smooth out here. Inside the car, that wheel didn't stop moving the entire time we were in there. He's constantly working that wheel, trying to make that car hook up as best as it possibly can. That's the 196 of Brandon Klasinski up into that outside wall, trying to make room for the 97. Just gets a little bit too high that time. Shepard here in the 69, that 99 behind him, not a car for position. That's Daryl Calder. He is currently sitting a lap down, as well as Brandon Klasinski. Caution is out on track. Looking like with our 196 here being to the inside, he might have been involved with that. Let's see if we can jump back a little bit and get a good look at that. Go back just a touch further. 196, we see him out there making that contact with the outside. Well, we watched that earlier. Looking like that car just isn't running right for him. Tries to get her down off the track, and that little stop there, that's going to bring out our caution here. All right, these guys are getting formed back up, door to door, nose to tail. The pace car has dropped off the track. The 97, Jacob Nottestead, gonna be leading us back to green to his outside. The 27, Brad Tasbecker. Nottestead quicks to that loud pedal. He gets a good shot there. As we're seeing cars around getting sent around sideways, they're able to hang on to it. So we will stay green here tonight. That's the 69, Dustin Shepard, up into that second position. He got a great restart. The 27, Brad Tasbecker, just didn't quite seem like he was ready for things to get going when they did, and he dropped back quite a bit. Not only in position, giving up that second spot, dropping back to third, but we got a pretty good distance between him and that first place car now. That 69, Dustin Shepard, we're watching a little bit in the corner of the screen there. Looks like he's getting into that outside wall quite a bit. That's definitely not going to work out well for him. Shepard running right up against that outside line. Looking back here at the 54 of Thomas Frisch. Just in front of him, David Knowles in the 92 machine. Looking like Frisch driving her in just a little bit deeper than Knowles. Knowles getting the car set a little bit sooner, so we're seeing Frisch catch the bumper there each time into the corner, and then Knowles able to drive out of the corner just a little bit better. So Frisch gaining a little bit, but not able to capitalize. Looking back at this, is 60s machine of Justin Penuel. To his inside there, sliding into the picture, that's the 73 of Vern Woodard, followed quickly by the 79, Patrick Smith. Smith not getting the corner that he wanted that time. Looks like he's having a rough go of it. Going to go ahead and bring that car down pit lane. As we see this 60 machine, Justin Penuel catch that inside line, get a little bit too low and catch one of the tires down there. That's definitely not going to be good for the car. Looks like he's able to hang on to it though and keep that machine rolling. Get a good picture of what everybody's got going on out here tonight. So when we started out, that outside line, nice and clean. You can see it now starting to get darker, starting to slick off. So those guys are going to be running just above that slick portion, trying to get that right rear on a little bit of a track that might have more traction, but still allow them to carry plenty of speed through the corner. Currently working lap 33 out of 50. Looking at Jacob Nottestead in first, Dustin Shepard sitting in second with Brad Tasbecker in third, David Knowles running fourth, Thomas Frisch in fifth, Vern Woodard sixth, Justin Penuel in seventh, Daryl Calder, our first car, a lap down, currently sitting 2 laps down in that 99 machine. Patrick Smith also laps down, as well as Brandon Klasinski. Justin Penuel here in the 60 machine, getting some good lines through the corner, right up onto that cushion. Trying to keep it hooked up there without bouncing over it. As long as you can get that right rear to sit on the cushion without jumping over it, you're getting a little extra oomph to get you out of the corner, keep that car moving through there. See him there, he jumped it just a little bit, puts him into the outside wall. Moving up here to the front of the field. That's the 69 machine, Dustin Shepard. Dustin able to hang on there with Jacob. Jacob Nottestead in that 97 machine. He's working pretty well, but that 69 just not dropping off the way he's used to seeing. Notice that they're right to that outside wall, using up every little bit of track he can get. That time looks like he's dragging the rear tire there. Not quite what he's hoping to do, but when you're pushing the envelope that much, expect to touch it just a few times through the night. Knowles here in the 92 machine also running that high line. Everyone seems to be favoring that high line. Other than to make a quick pass, that's where they're going to be running, trying to make up time on the guy in front of them, run that lap as clean as they can. Having a little bit of a rough go that time, not able to keep her off the wall. So Vern Woodard here in the 73 machine. He's going to be our last car on the lead lap with 8 laps to go here tonight. But there you can see behind him, that's the 97 machine. That's Jacob Noddison. That's our leader. That's who will be putting him a lap down if he's not able to hang on to that machine for the last 7 laps here tonight. Noddison right onto the outside edge there. Looks like that 27 machine, Brad Tazbecker. He's running pretty well here tonight, but just behind him, that's David Knowles. Knowles will be looking to take away that top 3 position. 73, Vern Woodard sends that car around, able to gather her up quick enough. Looks like we're not going to have a caution here. Just keep running here. Noticed it in that 97 machine, making her look easy tonight. Starting to move down to that lower line. Maybe not finding the grip he liked up there in the high line, or just tired of hitting that outside wall every once in a while, so moving her down. See him back out to the outside line with 4 laps to go. So it looks like last time by he was just trying something a little bit different. Just behind him, that's the 69 machine, Dustin Shepard. Shepard up into that outside wall just a little bit, but that gap between these cars is closing. As long as Shepard can keep it out of that wall, looks like he's having a little bit of a hard time there, but we see the 97 Nottestead having the same issue. So these guys definitely battling the track here tonight. Final lap, here we go. That's the 97, Jacob Nottestead sending her through the corner that time. One more corner to go. He's going to run a slightly different line than we've seen all night long. Running that low line, being a little defensive to slide him back up to the high side. There we go. That's the 97. Jacob Nottestead bringing her home in first place here tonight. All right, we're going to step away for just a moment, see if we can't get a word in with our drivers here. We'll get a hold of our top 3, and we'll be back in just a moment. All right, we've been able to catch up with our top 3 finishers here tonight. First up, we're going to talk with the 27, Brad Tazbecker. Brad bringing her home in 3rd here tonight. You said you wanted to talk to us after the race, so here we are.
Thanks, man. That was definitely a lot harder than I was expecting it to be after Thursday night.
So what changed between Thursday night and tonight then?
Well, I'm going to say Jacob and Dustin here. I mean, a little bit better competition, but the track wasn't totally there. Thursday night, we lost traction, it felt like, with about 10 to go, where tonight it felt about 15, 20 laps to go. The front started pushing a little more up on the high side, so
the car just not running quite the way you're expecting, kind of chasing her throughout the night, huh?
yeah, but that's the fun of dirt racing, you know, you can go to the same track 20 times and you'll have 20 different tracks.
You put on a great show for us tonight. We talked to you a little bit earlier, but anyone else you want to say thank you to? Anyone that got that 27 machine out there on track and finishing third tonight?
No, just the normal, Elkhorn Automotive, Vape Spot, all the guys back here at Shut Up and Race, Patrick, Philip, JP, and of course you for always putting on a good broadcasting for us, and can't thank you enough, man.
Hey,
And all the people that are watching, man, we thank you guys. Without you guys, it wouldn't be half as fun.
well, hey, that was a great show tonight. We appreciate you being out there on track, and good luck next week. Next week, head into a road course. How you looking at that?
Kind of funny because I was the one that decided to pick Road America too. It's literally my hometown track other than Milwaukee Miles, so hopefully we'll put on a good show. Last year I ran pretty good at Watkins Glen, and hopefully I can repeat that.
Well, we look forward to seeing you next week. Enjoy the rest of your night.
You too, Danny. Thanks.
All right, looks like we're able to catch up with this 69 machine. This is Dustin Shepard bringing her home in second tonight. Dustin, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Dustin, we watched you move your way through the field a little bit there, and that last restart looked like it played out pretty well for you. How was the track, and this dirt thing's new for you guys, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a cool little fun race. I said, the restart with Jacob, I hit, being on the inside, I was able to, take the short play around and get in front of Brad, and I said I was able to stay with Jacob. I said, it's slick. I said, bouncing off the wall was kind of the fast way tonight, but if you hit too hard, you'll move the rear end over or break something on the front. I said, it was tricky.
So a lot of guys were running some practice throughout the week. Was this anything like any of the practice you'd been in, or was the track completely different for you?
I didn't get to run early this week. I turned some laps today on my own, and of course the track was a lot tackier. Said it was ice tonight. Said it was a lot drier. Said it was slick, a lot slicker than what I practiced earlier today.
So definitely walking in here and kind of trial by fire. Next week, you guys headed to a road course, another change up from the normal oval racing we're seeing here with the Shop and Race Street Stock Series. How you looking forward to that one?
Said I like road racing, so I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I said, of course, I've practiced this car. The brakes aren't as good as a Cup car or an Xfinity car or anything, or a truck at that. So it's going to be you're going to be dancing around the whole track under braking. So I'm excited for the road course.
Hey, well, we look forward to seeing you next week. Anyone you want to say thank you to, or helps get that 69 machine out there on the track?
Yeah, man. J&G Hardwood said they always make sure I got the tracks I need, or any software or any packages on iRacing. They always help me out and make sure I'm good to go.
Hey, well, congratulations on that second place finish. We look forward to seeing you next week.
Right. Thank you, Danny.
All right, let's see if we can catch up with our 97 machine, Jacob Nottestead. Jacob, you got a copy?
Yeah, 10-4.
Jacob, been a little while since we've seen you out here on track, but always exciting when you show up. A big change from what these guys normally run. Were you looking forward to it? Were you a little bit worried coming into it?
Well, I race the dirt street stocks every once in a while for the official series, and they're pretty fun, so I kind of know what I'm doing on the dirt tracks, but Kokomo's kind of tough. I guess you just run the wall, and when the track gets slicked off, you almost have to just wall ride, so it's different, but it was a pretty fun show.
Well, we enjoyed watching you work your way around there on the track. Like you say, that outside line just looked like a little bit too much speed, and you're tagging the outside wall not quite enough, and that card hook up funny and send guys to the inside. So you're definitely figuring it out there running that outside line. Next week they're headed to Road America. You looking forward to that?
Yeah, I'm definitely planning on running that. I ran good at Watkins Glen last season, and hopefully I'll do the same at Road America. Should be fun.
You had a chance to get the car out there and give it a spin, or is it going to be kind of going in blind?
I'll probably just head in for the practice, maybe a half hour early, and turn some laps and kind of learn throughout the race. So 25 laps is a long time to be able to figure it out, I think.
Yeah, it sounds like you'll have a good opportunity to get a good feel for that track. Anyone you want to say thank you to helps that car get out here on the track?
I think my grandparents for supplying the internet over here. That's about it.
All right, well, congratulations. That first place finish gotta be fun here on the dirt track.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Big change here tonight with coming to a dirt track, but for the most part, it looked like everybody had a good time. Everybody running some good laps out there, able to get those cars underneath them by the end of the night and have a good time. Next week, like we said, we head over to Road America, coming into the final stretch of the season. These guys trying something a little bit different. Heading to that road course definitely could be a handful with those great big heavy street stocks that they're running. From everyone here at Turn 3 Racing Network, we appreciate you coming out here on the Labor Day, and enjoy the rest of your evening. You guys have a good night.